What's up, YouTube? This your girl Tavia, and welcome back to Tavia on the Move. Today, got something special for you guys. But before we get into this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to stop by. Okay? Okay. So, ladies, we're gonna get right into it. I'm spilling tea, I'm dropping bombs, and I'm giving y'all some advice. Okay. So today I'll be telling y'all about my labor and delivery. For everybody that's gonna ask me, oh, what is it like having a baby? Does it hurt? What is the different things that you had to go through? A lot of people think the whole process is easy. Oh, nothing's wrong with her. She's just pregnant. She's just having a baby. Let me tell you, having a child is not for the weak, okay? And I just want to say, stop right now and congratulate all the mothers who done experienced having a child. I pat y'all on the back. Y'all are wonderful. Y'all are strong beyond what people may think. So just keep going, keep your head up, and keep being a go-getter and getting it done. Mother that you are, okay? Okay. So, back in 2020, is when I had my first child, my son, Tavion. Okay, so he was born January 28th. Okay, so let me start off as far as working moms. Okay, let me tell y'all, I worked my whole pregnancy. And when I mean my whole pregnancy, like I just learned with my second child, somebody said that you supposed to go on maternity leave a whole week early before you have your baby, you know, to start nesting and stuff. Okay, mind you, this is my first child, so me not knowing, oh, you supposed to get a break, oh, put in your maternity leave. No, I told the HR that I was working up until I had him, until water broke. That being said, that's what happened, you guys. So I worked a whole 9 months, and at that, between the whole 9-month period, I switched jobs. I had multiple jobs. At one time, I was working 3 jobs. 3 jobs, getting no rest. And let me tell you, I know mothers want to provide for their kids and do whatever they have to, but let me tell you, that's not healthy for pregnant women to be working 3 jobs. I mean, if you're gonna work, you know, multiple jobs, I'd rather you just work 2. But unlike me, I had 3, so I wouldn't recommend that for nobody, because your body's supposed to get a certain amount of rest. And with your baby, with you having a child, that child is pulling a lot from you, because they're growing and they're feeding off of you. Your nutrients in your body, your energy, all of that, they're taking it from you. So you have to be able to get enough rest, or you could possibly become sick and stuff like that. And we don't want that to happen. But like I was saying, I worked my whole 9 months with my son, and this is the funny part. I'm gonna go ahead and say this, I didn't have neither one of my kids on their due dates. They both came before. He came 2 weeks, and my little girl came a week before her due date. So me thinking I had more time, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and work these hours, work all the way up. No, he said he was ready to come out. And it just so happened January 27th, I got off at 10:30 p.m. at night from the airport. And by the time I got home, you know, I'm so tired. I hopped in the shower, you know. And sometimes my showers, like, kind of wake me up. So it's like, Okay, so I might have got a little energy, you know, I'm clean, I'm fresh now, you know, rejuvenate a little bit, just my body can calm down now. I gets in the bed. Mind you, I noticed with both of my pregnancies, I love to watch labor and delivery videos to try to get myself ready. Well, let me say that don't work either. I mean, it might help you in some aspects, but every woman's body is different and every pregnancy is different. So I'm in the bed chilling, laying down, done dozed off to sleep, you know, watching YouTube videos, my labor and delivery videos. They just rolling. I'm just knocked out. After a while, you know, I'm like, I wake up, you know, because I wakes up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. My body wakes itself up. So I'm like, okay. I end up waking up. I think I was like tussling, you know, moving side to side, and I ended up moving. You know, I thought I was tripping at first. I felt like I was kind of damp. So I'm feeling my pants like I'm not really wet. Like I'm not feeling like water. But it felt like weird sensation. Like, so, you know, I thought I was tripping. So I changed all my clothes, you know, freshened my sheets back up and stuff like that. Okay. I'm falling back to sleep. Next thing you know, 30 minutes later, I wake back up, sharp pains. Tried to stand up, and baby girl went back down, like on the side of the bed, like in prayer mode. Your contractions, if you ain't never prayed a day in your life, they will send you into prayer. Okay? So your girl's in prayer mode. I'm trying to debate on who I'm calling to help me at this point. And y'all, my aunt told me, one of my aunts that I used to live with, she told me, she was like, well, if you go to water, call your mama first. Don't call me first, okay? Call your mama. Because we lived in the same house. So she was like, call your mama. So it just so happened that my mama is braiding hair this night. And the only other person to call was my aunt. So the person that told me not to call them had to be the one that's taking me to the hospital. Because the baby girl at this time, mama getting that money, she gets to the braid, she still got a client in the chair. So you gonna have to take over. And it looks like it's just your lucky night. So I'm looking like I'm in cramps, pain, like breathing, still leaking water, done changed and everything. And I tell you, like, no ibuprofen, no Tylenol can help that. I'm just thinking, get me to the hospital now, please. And when I get there, I need all the drugs. Go ahead, sign all the paperwork. I need all the drugs. And I don't smoke, I don't drink, and none of that. But I need all the drugs when I get there. That's how, them contractions make you feel. So I get there. It's to the hospital. It's 12:38 in the morning. And I walk into the hospital and I'm looking like I'm in pain. I'm bent over. Like I got water leaking. My water done broke. And the nurse go say, you step on the scale for me? How bad is your pain? And me and the other nurse looking like, baby, her water done broke. She ready to go have a baby. Ain't know how bad is her pain? Like, no. So I get taken to triage, you know. Let me tell you, hospital system has been messed up. Like, I don't know. For the past 2 years since COVID happened, it really done got worse. So I'm in triage, sitting in triage for hours. Like, I got there at 12:30 and then get a room to like 3-4 hours later. And then, like, when I got to the room, I was in labor for 15 hours. That's from the time my water broke to the time I had him. I got to the hospital at 12:30 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So get moved. Then they then epidural, right? So for the ladies that's wanting to know how the epidural process works, first of all, you gotta sign. Even before you can get it, you gotta sign permission to get it. And then they don't be wanting. They want you to be 5 centimeters before you get your epidural. And I'm looking like, and at some point in time, like, you don't know how many centimeters you dilated unless like you have an estimate from like your last doctor's appointment. You just so happen to go into labor. Like, you don't know how many centimeters you is. So sometimes you can be right at 9 and you ain't got no time. So when I got to the hospital, my water was broke and I wasn't dilated. I was only at 1 centimeter. And that was the aggravating part. Like I was at the hospital in labor for 15 hours and was not dilated, but my water broke. And that's just the waiting process. So now I gotta wait till I can get to 5 centimeters, which took forever. Took another 3 hours. Another 3 hours of being in pain. And let me tell you, that pain is no joke. Like, I was sliding off the bed. They had to keep coming in there, checking on my monitors for me and the baby. They kept thinking something was happening because the pain was so bad. I kept sliding off the bed, like, kept moving. Like, I'm telling you, contractions is no joke. So, as I progressed, I end up becoming 5 centimeters, and that's when they end up giving me my epidural. Okay, so when I got my epidural, like before then, I was ready, like, just leave me alone. I don't want nobody talking. Like, if you ain't helping me, don't talk to me. Like, none of that. And it was just a lot going on. I even threw up on like one side of my hospital room, like on the floor and everything. Cause I was calling my mom. This is the funny part. I was calling my mom. My mom was knocked out in the hospital room because she was up braiding hair all the way like to the morning. So I left the house at 12:30 a.m. My aunt brought me to the hospital. She was still braiding her hair. She just had to end up coming up there a few hours later as she got done with the head. And poor baby was tired. She was over there knocked out. And I was over there trying to call her, Mom, Mom, Mom. It wasn't working. She was gone. Okay? And you know, I couldn't even blame her. But, yeah. So sad, too bad for the nurses because I ended up, I don't know what was happening. My body was just not acting right. Like, the pain level was too bad, and I don't know. It's just it kept feeling real sick, real icky-ish, and I ended up throwing up because they didn't have the trash can beside me, and I couldn't get nobody in the room at the time fast enough. So yeah. So for dilation and all of that, I would say get a yoga ball, try walking, all of that. That's the importance of laboring and delivering a baby at the hospital. Like, if you're not dilating, that's your labor and delivery gonna take forever. And I didn't understand because I worked at the airport. I had to go up and down steps all day, walk around on the ground, like where the planes be. Like, I did not understand. And I'm looking like, I walked a lot. Like, I was so, like, it sent me into labor, but it didn't dilate me. Like, what? So that's why I was, but this pregnancy, I got a yoga ball. I tried walking, eating fruits. When it came close to my due date, you know, I ate a little bit of pineapples, stayed on my yoga ball. I was walking around my apartment complex, like doing it all, because if you'll be stuck at the same place for hours. Like if you want like a certain type of delivery, like if you say you want a VBAC, like after a while, if they can't get you to dilate and stuff like that, then they might have to come to a decision to give you a C-section. See, and I'm not for the cutting, not like no, cutting who? No, I barely do. I can barely even do pain. I don't even do pain. Okay, so where was I at in the story? Yeah. So when after that happened, they had to come and give me some medicine in my IV, until I can get to 5 centimeters to get the epidural. And that it kind of worked, but no, it wasn't real strong enough to the point where, oh, you can't feel it. Like it just slacked the pain like down a little bit, like probably 1.5 notches. It barely did anything. But after that, I end up progressing more, and I end up getting my epidural. And after that, it felt like everything was a breeze. Like I couldn't feel nothing. No, I was drugged up. Like I felt drugged up. And people would say that's not a good thing. I wasn't drugged up to the point where I couldn't see my son coming out and none of that. Nothing like that. It was just, you could tell from the pressure and all the pain. It felt like my bones was breaking, like breaking. So I feel like I was gonna go into shock or something. Like that's how bad it was. So personally, I need epidural because I cannot take pain at all. And everything from there went smooth sailing. Like after I got my epidural, it was like 30 minutes later, I ended up having him. 30 minutes to like an hour, I ended up having him. And then I pushed and everything. The doctor was like, oh yeah, this here is time to push. I'm looking like, yeah, let's do this. Let's go. Like I was hyped then. Can't feel no pain. They had me drugged up. I was like, okay, we can do this now. I got a little bit to work with, a little bit of power, a little bit of energy. I feel a little bit better, My son came out on a practice push, y'all. I did a practice. The nurse came in there and was like, we're about to start practicing. And like, soon as I started pushing his head, and she was like, no, stop. Do not push. The doctor's not in here yet. Okay. Can y'all get the doctor here a little bit faster? Because at this point, I'm not going to be able to keep him in there. Y'all don't want to come and practice. So my doctor ended up coming in there. Everybody kept rushing in, and let me tell you right now, yes, it's gonna look like a village of people in there when it's time to deliver. You're gonna have the doctor, and he probably gonna have 2 or 3 assistants. Then they gonna have a nurse for your baby, and a nurse to help you push, and another nurse to help the nurse that's watching the baby. So yes, it is gonna be a village in there. It is what it is. As long as everything is all right and everybody all right, you know what? Whatever you need to get the job done, okay? So that was Tavion's delivery. So after he was delivered, it was fine. I did my 2 days in a hospital, and we got sent home. And it was good from there. Like, I feel like when I had him, my process of everything was good. Like, as far as staying, I didn't have to stay a whole week and then go home. Like, I did my 2 days. They did all of his tests, all of his screenings. Everything came back normal. We went home. Okay, now let's fast forward. Sorry, you guys, my camera. So, let's fast forward 2022. Okay. I started having contractions with my daughter. She wasn't supposed to be born till January, no, not January, May 28th. But she was born on May 23rd. So my job here, like, okay, I'm in a different setting. I'm in like more sitting down, call center type job. My boss telling me, oh, when you plan on going on maternity leave? Because usually, people take a week to, like, y'all heard me say in the beginning, like, oh, nobody never told me that I was supposed to take a week. Fast forward 2022. This is when I found out. So, my boss telling me, girl, you need to go on maternity leave a week before you supposed to actually have it, so you can start nesting, so you can start on this. I'm looking like, no, I'm just grind mode. I'm trying to grind, get my money, stack my money, so when I go on maternity leave, me, my kids, we all straight, we good. Okay. So I couldn't even do that again. I started having contractions, and I'm not even talking about Braxton Hicks, like contractions every 5 minutes, contracting. Yet, let me tell you, whole pregnancy with her, was not able to sleep, was uncomfortable the whole time. Wasn't able to sleep for months. Like, everything just aching and all. So, my boss talking about a week. You're supposed to take a week before you have it. Honey, all of that went out the window. But my baby ended up making me go on maternity leave early because I was starting into active labor like the week before she was actually due. Like, actually, it was like more like 2 weeks. So, because I was already off from maternity leave a week and a half before she was supposed to be due. But then she ended up coming on May 23rd, so it made it just 1 week. So I really went into active labor 2 weeks before she was supposed to be born. It was like contractions. I was going back and forth to the doctor. They were telling me, oh, we can't keep you because your water is not broke and you're not dilated. Even though you're having contractions, we can't keep you until you're contracting 5 minutes apart or your water is broke. And I'm looking like, are you serious? Like, y'all can't induce me. Because a girl was going through it. And like I told y'all in the beginning, like, Lasavia, I don't do pain. No type of pain. I am a little wimp when it comes to pain. That's why I ain't got no tattoos or nothing. They look nice, but they don't feel nice when you get them. So, I end up going into labor May 22nd at 8 o'clock. My water broke. 8 p.m. at night, my water broke. I had just wanted to go pick up my son from my mama's house just to have to take him back an hour and 30 minutes later because my water broke. This is what I'm saying, because I had it all made up in my head. Like, she was supposed to be born May 28th, this weekend coming. So I'm making sure, Mom, you go get your grandson. Can you watch him? Can you get stuff in order? Honey, none of that went as planned. None of that. All that went out the window when I picked him up and had to drop him back off an hour later. So that's why I'm telling you. Like, if you go plan, you have to make multiple plans. So if it don't go like this, what if I have him a week? Who can I get to watch him? That's how you gotta be. Just so luckily, like, my grandma was watching him, so she was able to watch him, during the day, like she already was. And then, like, my mom, and then when they get off in the afternoon, it was help watching him in the afternoons until I got out the hospital with Emory. Okay, so I went into labor at 8 p.m. Got to the hospital by 9:30. Was in triage for an hour. They did tests. They had to check my cervix. They had to get you to sign paperwork before they put you in that labor and delivery room. Make sure your water actually broke. So basically, my triage was my laboring session. Like I said, I was in labor with Tavion for 15 hours, and I was I went into labor with Emery at 8, and I had her by 12:30 a.m. in the morning, 2022, May 23rd. So, see, that's what I'm saying. Your labor and delivery doesn't go, like, if you have multiple kids, it doesn't go the same every time. Him, I was in labor 15 hours. Her, I was in labor like 4 hours. And when I got to the hospital, like I said, it was like 9:30, and I had got sent to my labor delivery room probably around almost 10:30, 11 o'clock. Labored in the labor delivery room for an hour for them to come back in there and tell me, oh, it's time to push at 12:30. And yet, let me rewind a little bit. This time, like I said, oh, my epidural, when I was 5 centimeters, I came into the hospital when they checked me in triage. I was 5.5 centimeters dilated, right? So we got moved to labor and delivery with my new baby. We got moved to labor and delivery, and she's asked me how my contractions. I'm looking like I'm not good with pain. They steady right now, but I'd rather go ahead and get my epidural. Excuse me, you guys. My child. So yeah, my child. I'm looking like. So when am I gonna get the epidural? Cause yeah, I'm already 5. So I'm sitting there. My contractions get so intense. Like I'm in there screaming. I need my fan. I got my portable fan. I got my ice. Ain't nothing working. I just feel like I'm ready to fight everybody now. Like, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody if it ain't, oh, I'm here to give you these drugs, Miss Hill. I didn't want like nothing. I'm in here screaming. The people from the desk, the nurse desk, I had 3 of them come in the room. Like, poor little nurse. Like, poor little nurse. My little nurse that I had, and she talking about squeeze. I was squeezing too. I was so scared because she was so small. But the material, the contractions was so intense, y'all. And my boyfriend just in the background like, babe, breathe. It's gonna be okay. I'm looking like, when is it gonna be okay? Cause I don't see it in the near future. And by this time, my contraction got so bad, like I felt like I knew that I was dilated to 9 centimeters. And now the anesthesiologist want to come in here and give me the epidural. Basically, what's happening, y'all, is he came in late. My doctor, they had to get my doctor to come in there and check me, see how far I was. I was at 9 centimeters. It's time to push. 9 centimeters and a half. Time to push. And he was like, oh yeah, I can put the baby here. And I'm looking like, and he's still trying to get this needle in my back. So by the time he finished, y'all, it's time for me to push, which I'm already feeling. If you don't know, if you ever plan on having kids and you plan on getting epidural, get it before your contractions get too intense, which what I was trying to do, but they didn't end up happening for me. When you're 5 centimeters, you can get your epidural. If you feel like you ain't gonna be able to take it past, whatever pain you already feeling, get it, because I'm gonna let you know right now, it takes 15 minutes for epidural to kick in. and I didn't have 15 minutes till it was time for me to push. It was like I was in so much pain. He was trying to stick the needle in my back, and I hopped up. Like, the needle almost came back out. Like, and he was taking so time. He said 15 to 20 minutes. By this time, it's been 30 minutes. This is the difference between my two labor deliveries. Like, it took me 15 hours to labor with Tavion, but after I got my epidural, everything was good. Everything was straight, went smooth and steady. I had to be in pain with my new baby. I had to be about into labor before I can get my epidural. So I get the epidural. The first push, I wasn't like as ready to push as I was with Tavion because like my medicine ain't kicked in. It was only a few minutes. So took a break. Second push. Pushed a little bit harder. We still wasn't now. And he's looking like, oh yeah, get the vacuum out because we're going to have to get her out. Get baby girl out on this third push. And I don't feel like you're pushing, you're going to have a strong enough push. And I'm looking like, now I'm starting to feel the epidural kick in. Like, now I could push like I was supposed to. I was holding back. I was tense because that's painful when you having natural labor. Basically, I had her natural. That's basically what I was doing because the epidural still wasn't kicked in. On this third push, I was like, no, I don't really need it. But he felt like she still needs, so they had to get the vacuum suction thing to help pull her out because she was already basically coming out, and like they didn't want to risk her getting stuck. So like third push, okay, I'm like, here we go. Pushing so hard with my eyes closed, I'm forgetting that my baby coming out. My boyfriend gotta tell me, hey, open your eyes so you can see her. I was trying to tell doctor, I told you like my last push was gonna, but he still insisted on using the vacuum. Like, I don't get people. Like, how you gonna tell me what my body gonna do? I'm telling you, like, I got enough energy, enough, push power to push now. I was holding back because I was still really deep into pain. So I had baby Emery at 12:38 a.m. on May 23rd. And she's a healthy baby girl, right at 6.9, I think. It was, yeah, 6.9. She was right at 7 pounds. And Tavion came out 6 pounds, 5 ounces. She was bigger than him, but she seems so small. But any advice I can give y'all, people told me to give them advice. If you're not really good with pain, I mean, when you get to the hospital when you reach 5 centimeters, go ahead and exit the epidural. Go ahead and get that paperwork done, sign all the agreements that you got to so you can have your stuff lined up. 2, if you don't want to be in labor for hours, stuff that help you be dilated by the time you get to the hospital, get you a yoga ball. Make sure you do 30 minutes to an hour on your yoga ball. Go for a walk as much as possible. Make sure you drink lots of water when you're pregnant. Keep you hydrated. Like, it's a lot I went through because had most of my pregnancy, like, I kept throwing up everything I was eating because she was denying it. My baby was denying everything that I was eating, so it was just like, it was like, I didn't know what to do, and people was trying to say, oh, are you dehydrated? I'm looking like, no, I'm drinking water too, but I was throwing the water. So try to get you like fruits, crackers, stuff with electrolytes like Gatorade in. Like, that's another advice section. I can give y'all as far as like when your baby is denying food, nutrients and stuff, like crackers, Gatorade, and fruit. What was the only thing I could eat. And sometimes I would still throw that up. So make sure you speak with your doctor because they might have to give you like different like supplement vitamins to replace the ones that you're losing or you're not keeping down, in order to make sure you and the baby is getting enough nutrients. Like I said, every pregnancy is not going to be the same, as you can tell. Like my labor and delivery, I was in labor with him 15 hours. I was in labor with her for about 3 or 4. It's quick, easy. Exercise a lot. Drink a lot of water. Oh, make sure you're getting enough sleep, because when you're pregnant, yeah, that 1, 2, 3 hours of sleep, wake back up. No, it's not going to work. Your body will shut down on you. And you need to make sure you get enough sleep and rest so you and your baby could be healthy. But that's my personal experience from my 2 labor and deliveries from 2020, 2022. If y'all have any questions, any concerns, I'm not sure if my comments gonna be turned off. I think YouTube is doing something with the comments right now, you guys. So if you have any questions or concerns, if you cannot comment on YouTube, DM me or ask me any questions on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Or if I create another video within the time lapse, I might answer different questions in the video, but I will get back to you and I will answer your questions. But stay tuned for more videos to come, you guys. And before I close out, I am doing encouragement time right now. This goes out to all the mothers, all the expectant mothers. I just want to encourage y'all. Y'all are strong. Y'all are brave, because if you ain't never had a baby before, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of strength, and time to have a baby. It takes a toll on your body. So I'm just saying, kudos to all the mothers, and especially super kudos to all the mothers who done had babies naturally. I don't see how y'all do it. I experienced a little taste of it this time because I really didn't. I basically got my epidural at the last minute. But kudos out to y'all. Y'all are doing it. Keep doing it. Keep getting it done. Keep being go-getters. And keep being strong. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend to stop by. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell so you know every time your girl drop a video. Peace.